Le premier jeu, c'était un jeu avec des dinos qui était pas trop mal. Non. Moi, je suis sur IGN.
Popular dinosaur, it's the Triceratops, but we're showing you it in a new environment never seen before in Jurassic World Evolution. I hope you enjoy it and are looking forward to the game
Moi, je sais
releasing
pas, sur
later
le
this year.
Game Radar, j'ai pas eu besoin de confirmer mon âge, hein. Ah bon? Non, c'est juste que mon compte dessus, dessus c'est indiqué comme 18 ans et plus. Je sais pas, j'ai ma date de naissance. Mais je sais pas.
Rebonsoir, messieurs.
That was Jurassic World Evolution 2, which is launching in
Il y a eu
2021
quoi d'annoncé du coup pour le moment?
PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S.
Bah, au tout début, il y a eu un jeu sympa avec des
Okay,
dinosaures.
for this next section,
Ouais.
we're bringing the joys of E3
En
to your
deuxième,
home
c'était un
with
petit
a
jeu
series
pour la
of demos
Switch.
you can play right
Et
now.
en
That's
troisième,
right.
ils ont remontré des
Today,
images de Jurassic
this
World.
is the Future Game Show virtual show floor. And remember, if any of the featured games grab your interest, you can try them out now by heading to
donc
the
rien
Future
de
Game
transcendant
Show
pour le
Steam
moment.
page. So let's head down to the show floor where I believe Laura is waiting.
Yes, hello and welcome to the Future
Oh, ils
Game
sont en
Show's
VR.
virtual E3 show
Oh, énorme.
floor. Just look at it, Troy!
I am looking at it. It is incredible. They like nailed it. You know, shooting. Must that's in the air, but man, the darkness, perfection.
Alright, enough from this. Let's check out some games. I'd like to start by showing you A Tale of Paper. This is a striking platformer from Open House Games where you transform to solve puzzles in an oversized world, dodging creepy crawlies and mischievous roombas.
Oh,
And now for another tale.
arrêtez de
Paper
faire des
as
jeux
you
avec
shift
des araignées.
packing boxes in the house
De quoi?
flipping sim Get Packed.
Non, je veux
fully
juste dire,
loaded.
arrêtez de faire
As
des
you
jeux
can
avec
see,
des
it's all
araignées.
moving couches.
Ouais.
On a couch with your friends in couch co-op. It's going to be available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC.
Et avec des
and
serpents aussi.
also backwards compatible on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S.
Are you done saying couches?
Yes. Hey, Laura, you want to go?
Sure, what do you have? Wait, what's that?
Oh, no, you know, don't worry.
Moi, j'aime chercher un truc à boire, moi.
Go.
Ok.
So about that drink.
Moi, je pense que je vais me faire un truc à manger.
Oh,
Bientôt.
yeah. Here's
Ouais.
a genre cocktail full of co-op action RPG combat and finished with a survival twist.
Allez, une petite bière.
I said, how's
I
a...
heard what you said. Tell me about the game.
This is Gatewalkers, which sees you and up to 4 other players banding together to tackle procedurally generated worlds full of monsters. But you also have to gather resources to fight off hunger, thirst, and the dreaded cold. Haku! Oh, like the element cold. Got it.
Let's hope no one gets thirsty enough for another one of your jokes. Anyway, come over here and check out the many imaginative worlds of Game Deck. This is an isometric RPG that has you solving crimes across multiple virtual realities, where your choices will shape the world around you in and outside of the simulations.
Ooh, speaking of detectives, check this out. Backbone is a gorgeous adventure game from Eggnut set in a dystopian Vancouver, where you must crack cases to clean house in this corrupt post-noir city. Plus, you're a raccoon.
Well, if you like raccoons, allow me to offer you more critter-based adventures with Beacon Pines. Set inside of a magical storybook, Beacon Pines sends players to a sleepy mountain town where you collect powerful words that can completely alter the narrative in this charming but mysterious tale.
You know, I'm detecting a theme with the anthropomorphic animals. You know, Laura, I've always... Another set of
Ah, Chernobyl Light.
Troy,
Attends, mais c'était des clés d'activation là. Il y avait des clés d'activation.
This is Trigon.
Essayez d'en choper une, on va les mettre sur Steam.
Ouais, c'est trop tard.
Mais ils viennent de les montrer à l'instant.
Totally, but...
Ouais, mais t'as dû décalage, mais ça faisait déjà 1 ou 2 minutes. Hein.
Quoi, IGN,
Ils
sont autant à bourg.
Le temps que...
Ah la vache.
Le temps que moi Steam se lance, ça sera sans doute trop tard.
Ah ouais.
Je peux essayer, hein.
En plus, faut aller voir les codes et tout.
Ouais, mais moi je suis un dual screen donc ça va. C'est pas gênant. Faut juste que par contre, moi Steam se lance bien.
What I would say if I was playing our next game, which is a base building survival game where you hack and slash your way through hordes of alien creatures. Look at it.
Oh, no. I want to hear more from the Rift Breaker.
Okay, maybe after this showcase we're meant to be hosting.
And with that, we've reached the end of our little tour. But remember, you can go hands-on with all of these games right now by visiting the Future Game Show page on Steam. Now, how do you click this? Is it no, that's update preference. I'll need to update this. Laura, can you help me out just a little bit?
I got you. Okay, we're back. Quick note, from here on in, when you see this pop up on screen during a trailer, it means you can visit the Future Game Show page on Steam to play a demo and go hands-on with the game immediately.
Adrian! I was doing Rocky. Sorry, I just always wanted to do that. It's because our next game is all about floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. Check out this exclusive presentation from Steel City Interactive about eSports Boxing Club.
Coming later in 2021, Esports Boxing Club brings you the greatest fight roster in video game history. With over 200 fighters already signed, we've got some of the biggest and most anticipated names. From the absolute legends of the sport to the most exciting names in boxing today. The first women's division ever represented in a video game, and the hottest new talent. But what about the game? Let's take a closer look at the next-gen visuals and gameplay that are set to make ESBC the greatest of all time.
That's good. There's definitely one for the grandkids and stuff to say, like your old granddad was in a game and busting people up. So it's going to be quite cool.
So the movement system in ESBC is all about fluidity, being able to create angles, recreating mannerisms from boxes. The physics system doesn't just rely on animation. This allows us to recreate realistic knockdowns. Even when fighters are staying on their feet, it's not purely animation based. Now we've had professional boxers, professional coaches come into the studio and provide input through motion capture and actually.
En même temps, ils en ont mis genre 10 pour je sais pas combien de joueurs dans le monde.
Feel like we've created a true representation of the sport. Presentation is important to us. Just because we are in the studio, we're still going to aim high when it comes to production values.
Esports Boxing Club coming to PC and all major consoles with early access in 2021.
Esports Boxing Club is coming to PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Series S.
Next up, we've got a deeply immersive World War II shooter with over 100 players taking part in epic battles recreated using aerial photography and satellite imagery. Let's take a closer look at Hell Let Loose.
Product not yet rated.
My name is Max Ria. I'm the founder of Black Matter and the lead developer of Hell Let Loose. Hell Let Loose began as the idea of a couple of hobbyist game developers all the way back in 2015. Following a successful Kickstarter, we launched into early access in the middle of 2019. And since then, we've delivered 9 enormous updates, including entire systems overhauls, 6 new maps, tons of new weapons, gadgets, and vehicles, as well as expanding our unique real-time strategy-inspired metagame. As a result, we've been fortunate to sell more than 1 million copies during our first year of early access. 2021 is only going to be bigger. I'm excited to announce that we're launching out of early access on July the 27th with the introduction of the Soviet forces on the Eastern Front, including famous battles like Kursk and Stalingrad, before we close out the year by bringing Hell Let Loose to next-generation consoles. Hell Let Loose has only grown.
Combien de gens qui regardent? On est plus de 30 000.
From our earliest Kickstarter backers to our newest.
Ah, mais là c'est le stream EGN.
We're excited to introduce you.
Gamerank, ils sont peut-être plus nombreux. Vous êtes combien sur Gamerank?
We hope you enjoy this first look at what's to come.
Ah, Crix.
Comment?
Vous êtes combien sur le live de Gamerank?
3338.
Ah, ok. Ouais, donc c'est sur IGN où est-ce qu'il y a le plus de monde, quoi.
Hell Let Loose is launching on Steam on July 27th and coming to Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5 in 2021.
So, Laura, have you ever wanted to play XCOM, but in real time, with up to 7 of your friends?
Of course.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Then you need to keep your eye on this next game.
Hello, my name is ferons, CEO of Ireland, a game dev studio based in Croatia. And for the past few years, we have been working on the Red Sources 2 game. It is a real-time tactical battlefield game. It supports up to 8 players and has a full playable co-op campaign. We are ready to show you the launch trailer now, so get ready for June 17 when the game launches on Steam, and have fun blasting some buildings.
You are the Executor, a high-class commanding officer with advanced cybernetic capabilities. You were awakened to lead a secret task force that will counter the threat of strong mutants and liberate Mars.
Welcome back, Executor. The Stroll infestation has now infected all colonies on Mars. Build your squad from 6 unique classes of elite soldier, utilizing their skills to best suit each mission type. Customize their weapons and tech, as well as their upgrades and abilities. Take command on the battlefield using the command radio to give orders to the whole squad or individual soldiers. Concentrate fire on targeted locations and carry out supply runs, even during the heat of battle. Recruit your friends to the fight and join in up to 8-player co-op missions to save Mars in our name.
Purge Earth of a mutant invasion in Red Solstice 2 Survivors, which is coming to Steam on June 17th. Our next game is about delivering mail in a sleepy American lakeside town. Let's join Dylan from Gamius to learn more.
Hi, I'm Dylan from Gamius, and it's great to be here at the Future Game Show. We're currently getting very close to finishing Lake, a game that's set in the 80s. You play as Meredith Weiss, who takes a break from her life in the big city to deliver mail in her hometown. It's a job you can do at your own leisure, and you will get to know the people in Providence Oaks along the way. Today, we're excited to share an example of an activity after your workday is done. Movie night with Andrew from the video store.
This is fun.
Pour le moment, il n'y a pas grand-chose.
Well, they call it the movies, plural. But of course, we can only see one movie at a time. So, which one will it be?
Comment ça va, Cric?
My pick? Alright,
ça va.
let's see.
Je loupais quelque chose d'intéressant.
Non, t'inquiète. Non, non.
Or the Great Mouse Detective.
T'as pris un petit quelque chose à manger? Ou à boire?
Great Mouse Detective. Wouldn't have picked you for a Disney fan. Oh well, let's get in touch with our inner child.
We won't spoil more, and we also can't say what Meredith will do after spending 2 weeks in Providence Oaks.
Mais qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
Lake is coming first.
Et si vous faites des jeux comme ça, faites des trucs intéressants qui racontent quelque chose. Là, j'ai l'impression de voir Life is Strange 3. Là.
We're excited to announce that Lake is coming to Steam, Epic Game Store, and Xbox Series X and S on September 1st. Now, what kind of a showcase would this be without a new Souls-like? Our next game is a pixelated take on the genre, following a protagonist with a giant obsidian sword.
In the beginning, there was dust, and from that dust, the moon was born. Eons of idleness passed, before suddenly it shattered. Great celestial chunks cascaded from the heavens unto earth. From one prodigious shard spawned humanity, and from another, the gods. For a great many years, the balance endured, until a foul and malevolent deity intervened. Exil spread greed and distrust among his kin, compelling these calamitous beings to conquer man. Centuries of servitude passed, until finally, aided by a veiled ally, humanity...
Pourquoi est-ce qu'il y a Sauron avec des ailes?
Bonne question.
Imprisoning them within the sacred walls of the citadel, at the expense of untold lives. A peace was won, but it was not meant to last, for the miscreant Exil returned from his concealment, conducting atrocious experiments upon his caged kindred. A darkness permeated the lands. Rivers stagnated, crops failed, and the world of man began to fade. The great moon, witnessing all, wept a final shard, a shard of the purest obsidian, and thus a glimmer of hope remains.
Customize your combat style and boss rush ancient gods when Eldest Souls drops on the PC and all current console formats July 29th, 2021.
And now we've got a closer look at the next game from the folks behind War Thunder. Here's Tom from Darkflow Software to guide you through Enlisted.
Ah, War Thunder. Attends, non mais non, il y avait des hommes. C'est pas War Thunder alors. Pourquoi est-ce qu'ils ont parlé de War Thunder?
Hi there, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully our little trailer has got you interested. My name's Tom, and I'm part of the team at Darkflow Software behind our new game, Enlisted, a historical World War II shooter with some unique gameplay quirks. One of Enlisted's most unique features is the squads mode. where you head into battle with a squad of AI soldiers under your
Ouais, c'est
control.
Battlefield 1
You
quoi.
instruct them on how to react to enemies, and most importantly, you can switch between any of them seamlessly with the press of a button. You'll only need to respawn when your entire squad is wiped out. This way, you're always kept right in the middle of the action. Although, if you prefer a more traditional shooter experience, we have a fleshed out solo mode too, where you will only fight against other players. At its core, Enlisted aims to form a golden middle ground between the more hardcore and arcade-style shooters currently available. Time to kill is kept short. A bolt-action rifle to the chest will down a soldier in a single shot, with submachine guns and pistols taking only a few hits. Vehicles as well can of course be devastating, but have their limitations. Aircraft are restricted to the cockpit view, and crew inside tanks can only use viewports to spot targets, so you'll need to keep your wits about you to really get the most out of these machines. Progression in Enlisted is spread over various campaigns. Currently, you can fight in Moscow, Normandy and Berlin, with Tunisia and many more coming soon. Each campaign features new weapons and equipment. Firearms can be improved to increase their raw performance, and soldiers can be leveled up to grant them specialized perks. Different classes of soldiers are able to equip different gear, with specialist classes such as engineers able to build structures anywhere on the map.
Ouais, on peut faire ça dans BF5 déjà.
And even anti-tank cannons and AA guns. Enlisted aims to keep historical accuracy in the forefront of development. Firearms, locations and uniforms are all true to history. No neon pink Sten guns and mohawks here. Each army will be decked out with the equipment they actually used during their respective conflicts. Because of the squads feature, you'll never be short on targets. Twitch reflexes and fast reactions will of course have their place in Enlisted, but even if you haven't had the time to fine-tune your skills, you'll easily be able to come away with a kill count in the double digits. The AI, however, are very attentive and react to sound, and not to be...
Ah, c'est des IA, c'est même pas du multijoueur. Oh là là.
Make sure to give it a try yourself by heading over to enlisted.net/join. Enlisted is cross-platform and available now on PC, PS5 and Xbox Series.
Pas l'air d'être ouais.
New content is
Je comprends pas trop le truc là. Si c'est pas attends, si c'est pas contre des joueurs, si c'est avec des coéquipiers. C'est un mode survie.
Cheers.
Pas.
That was Enlisted, which is available now on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Next up, we've got a bullet-time stunt shooter with fully destructible environments. Oh, and the protagonist only has one arm. Let's check out Severed Steel.
On va assez inspiré de Super Hot. Pas mal la musique. La petite référence à 2001. C'est le lac des cygnes, non? Trop bien. Ça en vert, ça tuerait. Ah ben c'est vert. Ah ben non. Non, c'est pas vert. Dommage.
Okay, notepads at the ready, because for this next section, we're going to race through 8 exciting upcoming games that deserve your full attention. Here's our future hits montage for 2021.
Non, c'est fini. Ouais. Je pense pas. Ça fait combien de minutes? Ça fait 27 minutes. J'espère pour eux que c'est pas fini. Je suis triste. On n'a pas de nouvelles de Silent Hill.
Okay, I might regret asking this, but you want to help me with this next one, child?
Okay. Did you know that Sega recently announced Sonic
Le
Colors
Sonic?
Ultimate?
Oui, c'est
We got
Sonic.
some exclusive gameplay from a stage that nobody has seen yet. I hope Sonic
Tu sais, c'est le remaster là.
Did not regret.
Sonic Colors, un truc comme ça.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie Golden, senior producer at Sega of America. I'm excited to share with you an
Ah, elle a une PS3 fat derrière elle, la madame.
Sonic Colors Ultimate. Please enjoy.
Et au-dessus, elle avait une Saturne. Oh, Sonic, voilà quoi. Ils vont le revendre plein pot. Ce truc qui nous permet de taper des accélérations. C'est cool comme niveau.
Get ready for Sonic Colors Ultimate, which is racing onto
De quoi?
PlayStation 4, Xbox One,
Je
Nintendo
disais, c'est
Switch,
plutôt
and
court comme
PC
niveau.
on September 7th.
Bah, c'est ça, hein. Sonic, c'est jamais les niveaux de Sonic, c'est jamais très long.
Where you play as a powerful artificial intelligence in control of a
Les
space
jeux
station.
Sonic avec des niveaux plus longs.
Do you wanna
Bah, les Sonic 2D, mais c'est un poil plus long, les Sonic 2D.
I know that you were planning to disconnect me.
Les Sonic 3D, voilà quoi.
Never mind, I'll handle it. Here is Starmancer.
Ouais, après là, c'est sûr que c'était court. Après c'était peut-être pour la présentation. Ah, peut-être. Ah, c'est un nouveau jeu du studio Fisher, je sais plus quoi là. Ceux qui ont fait. C'est non, comment. Merde. Starbound. C'est quoi, c'est un roguelike?
We're excited to announce today that Starmancer is coming August 5th, 2021, and it's available to wishlist on Steam now.
Laura, you know, ever since that lake trailer, I've been thinking, have you ever
No.
wondered about the Postal Service? Like, that there's just so much mail, you know?
Not really, no.
Okay. You're saying you don't know about Jeff and Deb.
Je reviens.
Ouais,
What
ok.
are you talking about? I'm just gonna press this button again and hope it explains everything.
Oh, it will. Trust me.
Kiwi is a game about two kiwi birds who work at the post office. Their names are Jeff and Deborah. I'm Joel, I'm one of the developers on Kiwi, and I'm going to show you how a Kiwi level changes over the course of the game. So in this room, you're transcribing urgent messages and assembling them ransom note style by stamping them onto the page with your butts. You'll come back to this room every so often throughout the game, but there will always be a new twist to change things up. So as summer turns to autumn, now your word fragments are moving around on conveyor belts, and you'll need to chop certain words in half with the descrambler to get the pieces you need. Jeff and Deborah are going to have to deal with all kinds of hazardous work conditions. You've got sandstorms during the summer, mayfly swarms. These guys have no respect for personal property.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
Paranormal activity. This is genuine footage of an actual haunting. In winter, the post office gets hit with a huge blizzard, and now this level becomes about sharing the warmth of a single tiny lantern to break through blocks of ice and keep each other from becoming kiwi sickles. Our little heroes are going to face new challenges every level and in every room of the post office, whether they're typing telegrams, or packaging shipping crates, or helping an octopus sort the mail. It's all in a day's work for Jeff and Deborah. Also, you can dress up your kiwis, so don't say we never did nothing for you. We're releasing Kiwi on August 31st for PC and all major consoles, and we hope to see you at the post office. Thanks for watching.
Alright, you got me, Troy. I'm a believer. Co-op postal puzzler Kiwi is coming to PC and all current console platforms on August 31st, 2021.
See? Told you. Next up, we've got a roguelike with an attitude. A game show shooter where you earn likes for dunking on competitors and causing a little wanton destruction. Will the circle be unbroken? Get it? Find out in this world premiere.
Ouais, c'est une sorte de hotline Miami live quoi.
That was Death Run TV, and you can play the pilot right now by heading down to the Future Game Show page on Steam.
Okay, hazmat suits at the ready. Because this next game tasks players with building a team of stalkers to survive a 3D scanned recreation of the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Here's more on what to expect in Chernobylite.
Mówi się, że to, co designerzy sobie wymyślają, to jest pisanie listu miłosnego. Każdy kiedyś był zakochany, pisał list miłosny, wydawało mu się, że to jest takie piękne, wspaniałe, a potem po latach znajdował te listy i mówił: Jezus Maria, co ja tu za bzdury pisałem. Zaczynaliśmy właściwie od gry, gdzie skupialiśmy się na przetrwaniu, na menedżowaniu swoim czasem i towarzyszami. To wszystko wydawało się po designersku dobre, ale zwykle emocjonalnie dosyć nudne. I dlatego dodawaliśmy coraz więcej elementów, które angażowały gracza, które były dla niego ciekawe. Na początku był to taki mały chat, który gracz sobie mógł modyfikować, ale był całkowicie opcjonalny. Z biegiem gry on stawał się coraz bardziej sensem gry, coraz bardziej jego sercem. Nadawaliśmy coraz większą rolę naszym towarzyszom i warto im było dać właśnie tą walkę, coraz więcej potworów, coraz więcej możliwości, coraz więcej broni. Absolutnie normalnym jest, że zaczyna się z czymś zupełnie innym niż to, z czym się kończy.
Fight to survive when Chernobylite comes to PC on July 28th, as well as Xbox and PlayStation in the summer. If you were lucky enough to catch one of the early access codes during the virtual show floor, you can play Chernobylite right now. But if you missed them, we've also got more codes to give away on gamesradar.com.
Next up, here are our friends at Team 17 to show us what they've been cooking up with their upcoming PC and console games. Let's take a look.
Product not yet rated.
C'est fini.
Merde, convention. Ok, j'étais mute.
D'accord.
Je vais mute YouTube sans faire exprès.
Ah merde. Ah, énorme. Il y a un... Il y a un... Merde, comment ça s'appelle un...
Animal Crossing-like.
Ouais, voilà.
Ouais, bah il y a Lopok qui avait fait une vidéo dessus.
Bah il a... Qui ça?
Lopok.
Ah, je connais pas.
Lopok, il avait fait une vidéo dessus vite fait.
Ça a l'air d'être beaucoup plus approfondi en plus. Tu peux choisir comment tu places les trucs et tout. Encore overcooked. On va en bouffer à toutes les sauces.
Il y a le 2 qui est offert sur le Game Store.
Ouais.
Be sure to wishlist any games that sparked your interest on our Steam page. It really does help the developer out. Or you can also head over to gamesradar.com for more info.
This next game has an engrossing art style, reminiscent of everything from Wes Anderson movies to Wallace and Gromit. Let's throw it over to the Slow Bros to talk you through some exclusive gameplay from their stop-motion handmade adventure, Harold Halibut.
Hi, my name's Zonat and I'm the director and composer of Harold Halibut.
And I'm Olof, the game's art director.
Harold Halibut is a handmade narrative game about friendship and life on a city-sized spaceship stuck under sea. It's been 250 years since your home. An Ark-like spaceship fled an Earth on the verge of Cold War to find a habitable planet on which to preserve the human race. You are Harold, a young lab assistant to the ship's lead scientist, Jean Marot. While most of the other inhabitants have reconciled themselves to a life lived aboard the silent ship, Marot still works tirelessly to find a way to leave the planet and find a new, drier home.
Ouais.
Of course, we don't want to spoil too much of the story, so let's dive into some gameplay details. You're able to explore a huge part of the spaceship right from the beginning of the game. While the professor will always have tasks waiting for you, the wonderfully weird rest of the veterans will keep you just as busy. It was very important for us to not only focus on an exciting main storyline, but to create a world full of interesting events and meaningful encounters.
C'est un truc en pâte à modeler qu'ils ont fait, non?
Bah en fait c'est de la modélisation en 3D, tu vois, c'est de la modélisation 3D mais avec un rendu type pâte modelée un peu, tu vois.
Your PDA is always available to you for an overview of current tasks as well as messages from other
Ce qui fait que ça a son charme mais c'est spécial quoi.
Personal drawings are kept, as well as a few more shenanigans. At this point, you might be wondering how we achieved the stop-motion-like look of the game. We are in fact building every single thing you see in the game.
Ah, quoique.
We build sets and puppets and then 3D scan everything. We're then able to use motion.
Oui, voilà, si, ils l'ont refait en 3D après. Ouais, voilà, il me semblait bien.
While the game begins with Harold's mundane day-to-day, mysterious events and a fateful encounter will soon plunge you into a new world that nobody could have guessed existed, and one that may hold the key to morose relaunch plans. We're really excited to find out how you like being immersed in this unique world and the feeling of puppeteering Harold. There's still quite a bit of work to do, so all we can say right now is that Harold Halibut will come
Intéressant, intriguant.
PlayStation and Xbox.
C'est spécial par contre.
Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the show.
Harold Halibut is coming soonish to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Okay, yes, there have been a few gloomy games so far, so we came up with a wholesome chaser. I'm told that the developers came up with something so sweet and so positive that they just had to call it Happy Game. Seriously, if what I'm reading is correct, this one is gonna melt your hearts.
C'est glauque ça par contre. Ah la vache. Ouais. C'est spécial là, ah la vache.
Okay, Laura, hope you're still there. Tell me you just watched the same trailer that I did?
Troy, yeah, that was something. What I want to know is who the hell is writing this script?
Yeah, I don't know, but they're telling me that Happy Game is coming to PC and Nintendo Switch in 2021. Oh, and demo is available now if you want to have a cheerful jaunt into a land of wonder. Good luck with that.
Our next game is a gorgeous hand-drawn puzzle platformer following a young mechanic in a broken world. Pay attention at the end of this trailer for some exciting information about the Minute of Islands release date.
Four brothers, bound by eternal purpose. They all broke at the same time. And a girl named Mo. She knows what must be done. When the blight first came, people began to panic. And now, the spores are taking hold of whatever remains. Mo's family is still here, however. She has been tasked to protect them. After all, she is the bearer of the Omni-Switch.
we are excited to announce that Minute of Islands is out now for PC, Mac, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch, and will be arriving on Xbox later this week.
Next up, we've got an update from the folks at Techland, who are fine-tuning the zombie parkour of Dying Light 2. Let's throw it over to the developers, who are here to answer some of your questions about the game.
Ah, Dying Light 2. Il a l'air d'être meilleur que le premier. Parce que bon, le premier, voilà quoi. Il y a à boire et à manger. Par contre, il avait l'air d'avoir un développement chaotique. Là, ça me rassure un peu moins.
Okay, so we know more about the main storylines from the mentioned video. How does the game look outside the core campaign?
Side quests are an important part of world building in Dying Light 2. Through these quests you can decide how the city will look like thanks to the city alignment system, or bring new opportunities for the citizen. A great example is an opera singer that Timon mentioned in developers AMA. Some citizens will support your decisions, some of them will not. But it's up to you to decide how the city should look like. We have a lot of game activities prepared for our players, but at this stage we want it to be a surprise for you.
How seamless is the co-op experience? Would you say that the best way to experience Dying Light 2 is with a friend?
It could be. What is cool about the co-op is that it gives you an opportunity to see how the world changes when your friends make different decisions than you. In co-op you can walk in their shoes to experience all those differences. But really there is no just one way to play in Dying Light 2. It's up to you guys.
How are you improving the story for Dying Light 2?
I know we all have great fun killing infected, but we also want to give you a deep, thought-provoking experience that will let you be immersed in the DL2 world for long hours. On top of that, thanks to the choices and consequences mechanics, the story will be shaped differently depending on the way you play.
You've promised a great open world that feels alive. How is it going?
Yeah, well, as you can imagine, Dying Light 2 is full of infecteds, but is also full of humans, with their everyday life activities and purposes. We are building Dying Light 2 around the simple rule, ground is death and rooftops alive. What is cool is that NPCs act differently on each of those levels. Also, their behavior depends on the choices you make and the way you play.
H, 7 décembre 2021.
Ouais. Bah comme Forbidden West. Dans ces eaux-là, quoi.
PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on December 7th.
Revealed during the Nintendo Indie World Showcase earlier this year, this next game is a skateboarding action platformer. Here's Simon Bennett from Roll7 to give you an exclusive look at Ollie Ollie World.
Oh, c'est le jeu qu'on avait déjà vu sur la présentation des jeux Switch, je crois.
Hi there, I'm Simon Bennett and I'm the co-CEO of BAFTA.
C'est un jeu mobile, quoi.
Right now, we're working on Ollie Ollie World. It's our stunning action platform. You're going to meet quirky characters on a magical road trip through Radlandia. And of course, add a ton of new skate moves into your trick bag. As a studio, we've spent over a decade on flow state games. They transport you into a state of total focus and immersion, and it's something that we very much continue to build on with Ollie Ollie World. If you've played previous games in the series, you're probably pretty aware that you're going to slam a bunch before you succeed. So for players who want it, that challenge is very much still there. New players will be happy to hear that the game will welcome you with open arms and ensure that we can get you up and riding in no time. Ultimately, we've managed to make failure part of the fun. Yeah, you're going to get knocked down, but when you finally nail that line, it tastes just that much sweeter. There's just so much more flow to the game. We've even added grabs,
wall rides, firecrackers, split routes, right to left skating, and a host of insane tricks to keep your fingers busy. There's a range of visually and mechanically distinct areas to explore, packed to the brim with a fantastical cast of quirky characters, beautiful landscapes, cities, and of course, walking trees. Ollie Ollie World is coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch and PC this winter. Make sure you wishlist it now.
That was Ollie Ollie World, which is coming to PC and all current console platforms this winter.
Next up, we've got a new game from the team at Odd Bug Studio, creators of PSVR's The Lost Bear. This animated story trailer will introduce you to the world of Tales of Iron. And something tells me you might be familiar with the narrator.
On a retrouvé le frère jumeau de Timo.
For centuries and longer, rats have fought tirelessly to repel the incessant invasions.
Non, 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 non. Non, c'est pas un Tales of, c'est juste qu'ils ont repris le même titre à peu près. Parce que là, je pense que sur Tales of, en fait, la saga Tales of, ils ont le droit de nommer leur truc, mais comme Tales of, c'est un mot composé, je suis pas sûr qu'ils puissent interdire, tu vois, à notre studio de l'utiliser.
Bah, comme... ça pose des problèmes quoi.
Ouais, voilà.
Rien que, comme avec le jeu de Mojang, quand il voulait utiliser Scrolls, qui s'est pris une plainte par c'était quoi merde.
Ah, mais ça c'était abusé, tu vois, par exemple.
Ouais. Juste parce que Mojang utilise
c'est pas comme genre Spider-Man, tu vois, genre Spider-Man, ça évoque autre chose, quoi.
Scroll, c'est juste genre Scroll de parchemin, quoi. C'était rien à voir avec une référence avec le jeu, avec The Elder Scrolls, par exemple.
Ouais, bah surtout que The Elder Scrolls, t'as le mot Elder et plus Z, quoi, dedans, donc c'est autre chose, quoi.
En bref, ils avaient un petit peu abusé sur ça par contre.
Ouais, totalement. Sacré Bethesda. Et Tales, en plus là c'est Tales, T-A-I-L-S, alors que Tales of c'est T-A-L-E.
Là c'est que de faire, Tales ça veut dire histoire.
Ouais.
Who recently joined their supervisory board.
Well, hello fellas, it's me, David Jaffe. Great to see you.
Limite, on pourrait se demander si du coup le studio indé là, il n'a pas fait exprès d'avoir un mot qui ressemble, mais pas trop.
Ah ouais.
In the business, they worked on The Witcher, they worked on Love, Death, and Robots. We're making a brand new game, the biggest game that's ever done, by the way. That's all about crime and mob and mafia and different time periods. It's going to be great. But for today, settle in, babies. These are the brand new games coming very soon from movie games. Lust from Beyond. Man, this is one of the coolest games I've played in the last year. It's what turned me on to movie games in the first place. What you're looking at is the M-rated, console-friendly version of the erotic horror cult classic. It's a first-person action-adventure game that blends Lovecraftian horror with weird freaking eroticism. I love this game. Lust from Beyond. Game number 2 is called Fire Commander. It lets you step into the shoes of the only real-life superheroes we got, the first responders. This game is my childhood fantasy come to life. This game took me totally by surprise. You're trapped in the wilderness, freezing, hungry, and now you're starting to go a little bit insane. Man, you start seeing all kinds of crazy stuff out there. Winter Survival Simulator, it's coming soon. Have a great E3. Have a great future games. I miss you guys. I'll see you soon.
Oui, ça va être là.
De quoi?
C'est de la vodka,
où ça? Ah oui, ouais, ça c'est de la vodka, je crois bien. J'ai pas fait gaffe, là j'étais en train de me faire bouffer. Mais il me semble que c'est de la vodka, ouais.
This next presentation comes from the folks at Xseed Games, the makers of Story of Seasons and Rune Factory. Here's a look at their most exciting current and upcoming projects.
Moi je me fais un petit bœuf bourguignon. Oh, c'est possible que je
ça a regardé ça parce que.
Ça, c'est quoi ces graphismes?
Ah non, c'est dit la même chose.
Parce qu'on est d'accord, c'est censé être un jeu qui va sortir sur les dernières consoles là. Alors pourquoi c'est graphisme PS2? Pas même limite.
Ah oui, ouais.
C'est
C'est les jeux. Ouais, c'est les. Attends, ça là, c'est ce qu'on voit là ce que vous... Ou c'était un autre truc?
Non, ce qu'on voit là. Oh putain.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a?
C'est un. Comment?
Bah
comment
ouais.
Il s'appelle le Hearthstone Lake.
Ouais.
Oui, mais ça n'a rien à voir avec le jeu qui était montré précédemment là où on s'est dit, oula, c'est quoi ces graphismes?
Non.
Mais l'autre jeu, c'était pas le jeu avec les tremblements de terre là? Au Japon? Ou c'est encore un autre truc?
Encore un autre truc. Oula.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que... Mais what?
C'est cool. Oh! Ah non, pas du tout. Ah, au début, j'ai cru à Dragon Quest ou Final Fantasy.
Ah, rien à Factory.
Ah, mais ils m'ont donné un faux espoir avec leur dirigeable.
Ça me dit quelque chose sur Factory. Est-ce que je l'aurais pas déjà joué à un de leurs jeux? J'avais pensé à voir si j'ai déjà joué à un jeu, mais je crois pas. Peut-être j'ai déjà le voir en magasin.
Ding!
Find out more about Xseed's lineup on gamesradar.com.
This next game is a hack and slash RPG with twin stick shooter elements set in a retro sci-fi
Est-ce que ça va être une exclu Switch ou quoi?
for Batora, Lost Haven.
Je sais pas, il y avait que marqué Nintendo eShop.
Batora Lost Haven is coming soon to PC and all current console platforms. And you can sign up to play the closed alpha when it launches on July 21st now.
Let's slow things down a bit with a look at the next game from the creators of 2 Point Hospital.
Oh wait, I think I saw something about this a few weeks ago.
No, you didn't. Here's developers Mark Webley, Ben Huskins, and Gary Carr to tell you all about it and give you a first look at Game 1.
Introducing 2 Point Campus.
When we were thinking about what we were going to do next, campus and the idea of running a university or a college was something we just kept coming back to. It's a really rich topic. So people who haven't probably heard of 2 Point Studios may think, oh, schools are something dull. But hospitals, if you've seen the previous game, isn't about healthcare really. So that part, we call it 2 Point Hospital, but that's about as close as it gets to the real world of medical healthcare.
Campus is taking everything we learned from 2 Point Hospital and taking it to the next level.
The important thing was for us to give the player a canvas that they could completely create themselves.
In Campus, you start with a blank world.
We've got something called a smart brush, for example, which allows you to drag interesting shaped pathways. If you want to drag a picket fence, you can drag that along. It's just really easy to paint the world that you want.
So it's really simple to drag out courtyards, lay down some paths at different angles.
And it's fun, isn't it? I mean, it's adding this kind of city builder element to Two Point Universe.
The difference between Two Point Hospital and Campus is that we're spending a much longer period with our students.
What we want to do with Campus is make you care about
the idea of these interesting different courses.
Bonne question.
Même dans les Sims, sur les tout premiers Sims sur Windows 98, ils se foutaient en pyjama avant de dormir.
You're going to train knights at the realm. So it won't be stuffy, normal, boring stuff that if you go see the store, it's going to be really cool, interesting stuff.
That was 2 Point Campus, which is PC and all current console platforms.
Our next game is in early development, but it already has a very
quelqu'un qui a dit un truc?
which is always a good sign. Here's Leo to tell you all about Project Ferocious.
Hello, my name is Leo, and
Hello.
Project Ferocious.
Attendez, je vais augmenter votre son.
Ça dit quoi?
Vous avez dit un truc? J'ai pas entendu.
Non, j'ai rien dit moi.
Moi j'ai dit j'ai jamais joué à un Two Point, donc je sais pas trop ce que ça vaut leur jeu quoi.
Un Two Point?
Bah ils avaient déjà fait, tu sais, Two Point Hospital.
Ah mais c'est une sorte de... Si tu veux, c'est une sorte de SimCity quoi.
Ouais.
Pas SimCity, enfin oui c'est un peu dans la même gêne que SimCity, mais enfin qu'un Sims, c'est ça que je veux dire. Sauf que t'as une partie un peu plus gestion quoi, un peu plus tactique.
C'est quoi ça?
Je sais pas.
Ah mais c'est pas le jeu PSVR là, qu'on attend depuis l'annonce du PSVR?
Je sais pas.
Ils l'ont annoncé au ouais si c'est... Merde, comment il s'appelle? Robinson, je sais plus quoi là. C'est l'un des jeux qui a été annoncé lors du reveal du PSVR et on l'attend ah non, c'était pas lui.
Par contre, c'est le 3e jeu avec Didino qui montre aujourd'hui.
Ah bah là, DG il bande, hein. DG il bande. Il en peut plus là, DG. Il préco direct là.
Juste du jeu Avatar.
Ah mais Avatar, je crois bien qu'il n'aime pas.
Ah oui?
Ah bah il a pas aimé le film, donc ça m'étonnerait que... En même temps, le film est surcoté. Hein.
C'est mieux qu'Avenger.
Que quoi?
Déjà mieux qu'Avenger.
Ah bah ça, y a pas photo. Y a pas photo.
Our next world premiere asks, what if Doom Guy had a drunk one-night stand with Super Meat Boy?
J'ai même pas fait gaffe au titre, c'était quoi le titre?
This next game wants to answer that question.
Ferocious, un truc comme ça, je crois.
Ouais. World premiere. Unreal Engine. Dream Powered Games presents. Un Doom-like. Cry. Alors généralement les jeux avec Cry, ils sont faits sur Cry Engine, pas sur Unreal Engine.
When it stops defying gravity and launches, drops on PC this summer.
Next, we've got another world premiere. Conway, Disappearance at Valley of View is a story-driven detective thriller set in 1950s England. Let's find out more, shall we?
Robert Conway, 22nd of June, 1954.
I've solved many a case in my time as a private investigator, but nothing so close to home as the abduction of Shadow. There are some things that take hold of a person and refuse to let go. For me, it's the idea of saving people. My own daughter, Catherine, is on the case. She has the same look in her eyes.
Au niveau du scénario, ça fait un peu fenêtre sur cour de Hitchcock.
Très quoi?
Au niveau du scénario, ça fait un peu comme fenêtre sur cour de Hitchcock.
Ouais.
Enfin, ça a l'air. C'est ça après. Wow.
Mais ça se trouve, c'est une adaptation du film. Hein. Waouh, le nom à rallonge.
Disappearance at Dahlia View from White Paper Games, and you can dig into the mystery yourself when it lands on PC and all current console platforms, autumn 2021.
And with that, we're at the end of this year's Future Game Show.
Whoa, hold on. Surely this can't be the end. I mean, it's an E3 showcase.
Nope, sorry Troy, that's it.
Merde, j'ai mis sur pause. Ah non, c'est bon. C'est juste eux qui ont arrêté de parler, je suis con. On va redémarrer au cas où. On va resynchroniser.
Marissa Marcel.
Marcel! C'est Marcel Duproust. Ah, Silent Hill! C'était quoi ça? Pourquoi est-ce qu'il y avait écrit Silent Hill?
Ah, la surprise.
Je suis... Ah, ok, c'est Immortality. Immortel. Ah oui, ah ok, la petite... ok, ouais. Bon, à voir ce que c'est. Mais apparemment, il y a quelqu'un qui a travaillé dessus. Ah, putain! Troy Baker! Vous savez c'est qui ce monsieur?
Non.
Troy Baker, c'est
Il y a un truc de nom, mais je sais plus ce qu'il a fait.
Ah bah c'est l'un des plus grands acteurs de l'industrie vidéoludique.
Il a doublé Joël, non? Je sais plus.
Ouais. Joël. Mais pas que. Ocelot dans MGS5. Mais sur le GIF, c'est lui en fait. Ouais, je pense. On va pouvoir parler de ce que vous en pensez. Bon, en soi, c'est ni décevant et ni exaltant, quoi. C'est... Je le mettrai au-dessus. C'est pas en dessous. Ce qui est sûr, c'est que ça peut pas être en dessous de... Ça peut pas être en dessous de la conférence Square Enix. La conf PC...
Quelle conf? Il y en avait une?
Voilà, il y en avait une. J'ai même pas fait gaffe. On était tellement pris dans la discussion. La conf PC, il y en avait une, quoi. Ah bon, j'ai pas fait gaffe. Oula. Oula, il fait peur. Qu'est-ce qu'il dit, le monsieur?
Oh. Alors, demain, il y a quoi déjà?
Alors, il y a des trucs.
Demain, il y a Tech2, Capcom. Ouais. Et un studio dont je vois pas le nom.
Attends, je vais te dire ça. Limited Run. Je sais pas ce que c'est. À moins que ce soit le nom d'une conf. Après, ça sera Nintendo Direct et Bandai Namco. Bah du coup, qu'est-ce que vous en avez pensé de cette conférence future Game Show là? À la fin, il y avait plus rien de futur, mais...
Bah, mitigé.
On est d'accord.
Il y a eu quelques jeux intéressants, bon, à part ça, voilà, c'est tout.
À la fin, ça m'a pour te dire, à la fin, ça m'a donné la dalle. C'est pour ça que je suis allé manger. Ouais, c'était sympatoche, mais sans plus, quoi. En fait, le truc, c'est que je peux pas être méchant avec eux, car... Enfin, en fait, les jeux qu'ils ont présentés, les trois quarts, je peux pas être trop méchant, parce que c'était des jeux indés. Par contre, là où est-ce que je vais sévir, il y a certains jeux indés, c'est un peu du foutage de gueule. Dans le sens où est-ce que c'est des studios, t'as l'impression qu'ils sont quand même entre une vingtaine et une cinquantaine de développeurs, et ils te pondent encore les mêmes trucs. Cel shading, ou alors juste des aplats de texture à la limite certains, avec un gameplay à la con en mode what the fuck. Je sais pas si vous vous rappelez là, bah, attendez, on va revenir à l'arrière, hein. Tu sais, dans les derniers, il y en avait pas mal. Ouais, voilà, c'est genre celui-là, quoi. Genre ça, tu vois. T'as lui. Ça, c'est un jeu mobile. Ils vont te le vendre 20 balles. C'est trop cher, 20 balles pour un jeu comme ça. Ouais, oui, en plus, Oli Oli World, j'ai déjà joué à un jeu à eux. C'est un développeur de jeux mobiles à la base.
Ah, ok.
Il me semble, hein. On va aller voir, hein. On va aller checker. Ah non, c'est le nom du jeu. Attends, c'est qui leur développé? Ah, Roll 7. Ils ont développé quoi?
Et sur le 20 juin, vous voyez, vous savez là, le jeu qu'on disait, on se demandait les graphismes, qu'est-ce que c'était?
Ouais.
Il sort sur PS4, Switch et PC, et il sort le 20 juin, c'est-à-dire la semaine prochaine, et c'est Akiba Strip, elle demande un débrief. Debriefed, avec mon magnifique accent anglais.
C'est pas un jeu avec des séismes? C'est quoi comme jeu?
Je n'ai aucune idée. Je te dis ça, je vais regarder sur internet. Je sais pas, il a l'air. Ça peut être, malgré l'aspect graphique, il a l'air sympa quand même.
Ouais.
Faut
Alors,
juste pas être rebuté par son aspect graphique, mais bon, après,
bah
ça va.
après,
C'est juste que tu dis, bon putain, ça sort comme sur PS4, Switch
ouais,
et
voilà.
PC. Mais bon.
Bah après,
Alors, du coup, le
après c'est
jeu.
un jeu indé, mais faut pas comment dire, faut que ce soit maîtrisé, tu vois, l'aspect graphique s'ils font ça. Faut pas que ce soit un truc
Alors,
qui va avoir des bugs graphiques, sinon là c'est zéro.
apparemment, attends, quand je marquais Akiba Strip, apparemment, il y a un animé de ce nom,
Ah,
Akiba
j'avais
Strip.
raison. En fait, Oli Oli, c'est bien un jeu mobile à la base. Ils en ont sorti un deuxième qui est sorti sur plus de plateformes. Le premier était déjà aussi sorti sur PS3 et tout. Et là, World, ils en font un autre. Ouais. Et celui-ci ne sortira pas sur mobile. Voilà. Désolé, du coup, tu disais?
Non, j'ai dit qu'à la base, il y a un animé qui fait du même nom. Je pense que ça vient de là.
C'est quoi le nom?
Akibaz, Akibaz, A-K-I-B-A-A, enfin B-A,
Oh, on a une scène pour
apostrophe
truc.
S et trip
Ouais.
T-R-I-P.
On a une
Et
scène pour toi,
apparemment,
Chris.
c'était un jeu à la base qui était déjà sorti sur PS4. C'est Undead et Undressed, qui est la suite du second opus. Ah ouais, attends, il y en a déjà eu. Il y en a déjà eu pas mal en fait de ce jeu.
Oh, la version anglaise, elle
Et
est
en fait,
immonde.
tu joues contre des zombies. En fait, le quartier où se déroule le jeu est envahi par des vampires. Et le seul moyen de les battre, c'est de les faire exploser directement aux rayons du soleil, donc c'est-à-dire en enlevant leurs vêtements. Ça a l'air d'être un peu n'a à voir que le jeu, mais marrant.
Énorme.
Je te jure que si. Ouais.
Donc,
En plus, je suis sur le troisième opus. Du coup, il y a encore deux autres opus qui sont sortis avant, et là, c'est le quatrième opus qui a été
Donc le
présenté.
principe du jeu, c'est enlever des vêtements.
En fait, c'est du JRPG, quoi. Donc, tu fais des combats et tout.
Ouais.
Et à la fin du combat, en fait, je suppose que tu enlèves les vêtements des ennemis, ce qui fait que du coup, tu les bats, quoi, pour voir si c'est des vampires. De ce que j'ai compris.
Ah ouais.
Mais écoute, ça a l'air d'être partir dans un délire tellement nawak que ça. Tu vois, j'ai envie de le tester juste pour voir à quel point ça part en couille. Bon, par contre, il a pas été très bien noté, hein. Celui qui a testé le jeu, il a noté 8 et les joueurs ont noté 14 sur 20.
Ah ouais.
Mais au pire, je m'en fous. Bon, langue de version disponible en France, voix anglais, texte anglais ou alors en japonais. Ouais, bon, c'est normal que ça soit un jeu, que ce soit pas disponible en français. Moi, donc, si tu veux le jeu, bah, faut le lire en anglais. Bon, c'est pas un souci, j'ai une petite collection de jeux en anglais. C'est pas ça qui va me déranger. En plus, avec un peu de chance, si je trouve un micro moyen, il y a moyen que je le trouve pour pas cher. Vu que ça a l'air d'être très peu aimé. Du coup, moi je veux tous les jeux qui sont sortis. Ah, le premier du nom est sorti en 2011 au Japon, sorti sur PSP.
But above all, this graphics mode finally lets us play FF7 Remake at a true 4K, albeit sticking to the same 30 FPS cap as Pro. Still, what a result.
Mais écoute, ça a l'air. Et après, il y avait l'autre type de jeu.
A majority of the time too. The typical resolution, if you like. I say typical because stress testing countless shots on PS5, in taxing spots like the Scorpion boss, there's barely, if ever, a considerable shift. A blurry mess as cloud passes
Voilà.
by.
Et aussi les jeux Run Factory 4 et 5, ça a l'air pas mal aussi, mais il faudrait que je fasse les premiers.
Rendering at a
Je reviens. Je fais une petite pause.
Ça marche.
And PS4 Pro
Moi, je vais aller me coucher. Bonne nuit.
Salut.
Tac. Bah nous on vous dit à très bientôt tout le monde. On espère que cette conférence vous aura plu malgré le fait qu'il n'y avait pas grand chose. Voilà. On vous dit à demain. Salut, ciao.